Welcome to episode number 79 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media. And let's play two, as in two of our favorite co-hosts around. We've got Tyler Glasnow joining us from, I don't know if it's a vineyard or wherever you are, and Lucas Giolito of the Chicago White Sox, nice enough to interrupt his gaming schedule to join us for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Tyler, let's start with, where are you?
I'm in Tampa right now. So I came up for like a week just to like check in and do like rehab stuff and just hang out here for like a week and just kind of bounce around and all that fun stuff.
It's so pretty where you are right now.
It's like a little Airbnb. It's like, yeah, it's got a nice little, I didn't plant all these flowers, but it does. It looks nice.
It doesn't look
I wanted
like
to make
Florida
it look real good. Oh, yeah. I know, right? It looks kind of like California vibe, like little Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of California, that's where Lucas is joining us from. First of all, did you get a new camera on us? You've got like kind of it looks like a new setup. Is it crisper? What's going on?
It's the same old video cam. What are they called? One that sits on top of your monitor that I've always had.
All right. Well,
I got nice lights.
You were screwing around with the background earlier. So let's see what can you do again? I want to see. We'll let Glasnow pick the background you're going to go with.
You already
know.
I mean, I could honestly make it anything. I could Google image search whatever and make it the background. That's Zoom for you. But I have the blurred.
So
it's just me, but it kind of gets funky over here. And then I have
Alex.
Alex, R.I.P.
Yeah. That's a little too much. Alex Trebek looking at me.
I don't remember why that one's saved. I honestly, it was like some Zoom like 2 years ago that came up and I made it my background. But
can you answer that in the form of a question, please? Yeah. Rose, you idiot. All right. So we're taping a couple of days before Thanksgiving. I appreciate you guys giving me some time. So what's going on, Lucas? Are you guys traveling, seeing family? What's up?
No, Ari's working. I actually just rushed over. She forgot to get her bring her lunch this morning. So after my workout, I came back here, grabbed her lunch, brought it to her at the hospital, and then I drove back here. And then now there's a guy back there. Actually, my cross street neighbor, Troy, shout out Troy. He's a licensed contractor and he's currently fixing our ceiling in our upstairs bathroom because we had water damage.
Perfect.
So it's been an eventful morning.
Okay. Well, thank you for, if Troy wants to pop in and say hi, don't let him rip you off, please.
No, he won't. We're boys.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But yeah, no Thanksgiving plans. Ari's going to be working from probably 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. So I'll I'll cook something. I'm not going to do like a full Thanksgiving dinner. We don't even like turkey that much. I'll probably get a rotisserie chicken. I'll get like a rotisserie chicken and make sides. I think that's the plan.
Okay.
Does anyone really love Thanksgiving meals? Like, I think it's great. I like the family aspect of it, but like turkey and like, I just think we could do so much better. It's time we should update it. We should do like more fun, delicious foods.
What's the matter with you people? This is my favorite day of the year.
I'd much rather do a Thanksgiving roast beef or like
a prime rib or like a pizza. I don't even anything. Like
Thanksgiving,
just like
Thanksgiving pork shoulder.
Ooh, now we're on to something. I like that.
That's ridiculous.
We've seen more options. I do like the sides and stuff though. Like I can get down with some stuffing and like some potatoes and sweet potato casserole and all that stuff. But
wow. What are you doing, Glass? Are you gonna go see family or what?
I'm actually going to LA. We're going to a friend's house. They live in Santa Monica. We're doing that Thursday for Thanksgiving, and then we're going to my cousin's house on Friday in Santa Clarita. So it'll kind of be bouncing around. And then I'm traveling a bunch until like the end of December, basically.
Well, you know who lives in between Santa Monica and Santa Clarita? Yo.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Out in the
We've already
valley.
tried to hang out like 6 times. It doesn't work. This one might work. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Can I come crash your party?
Hey, come on. Are you kidding me? The Rose family would love that if Glasnow walked through the door.
Where do you live again exactly? You don't have to give your exact address on here. But like,
no, please give us your exact address. That'd be perfect.
Give us your zip and everything. What's your social security number, Chris?
We'll pass on that. I'll give you my routing number. Hold on one second. So we are taping this on the day that Wander Franco just got a $1 billion extension from your Tampa Bay Rays. But Lucas, we have some breaking news.
What is it?
John Heyman is reporting, and I'll read it in my John Heyman voice. The Chicago White Sox are closing in on a 3-year deal worth $24 million a year for Kendall Graveman.
Whoa.
Yes.
Your
That
thoughts?
guy's good at sports.
Yeah. He's very, very good. He's got one of the best sinkers in baseball out of the bullpen. He tore us up in the playoffs every time he came. I don't remember how many outings he had in our short playoff series. I knew that we wanted to bolster our bullpen. I mean, I'm not a front office executive by any means, but as a player, I know that we wanted to get a nice bullpen piece, and he's perfect for that.
By the way, I misspoke. 3 years, 24 million total, not 24 a year for a bullpen. Although
24 a year would be, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. That's really interesting because obviously you already have Liam Hendricks back there. You picked up the option on Kimbrel, although reportedly that was just so that they could trade him, which will most likely happen because I don't think you're going to keep that much bank at the back end of your bullpen, although I could be wrong. Am I onto something?
I don't know. See, when you get into that, it's beyond my pay grade. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. That's a big pickup for you guys. That's tasty.
Yeah, so Kendall Graveman's right-handed sinker and Aaron Bummer's left-handed sinker. A lot of ground balls.
Do you guys pay attention to what is going on in the offseason? I mean, there's been a ton of pitching moves already. So, Glass, do you pay attention to all this stuff?
I don't like seek it out, but it just randomly will pop up on like Instagram. And I don't have a Twitter, and I feel like that's where most of it's like easier to navigate with all the transition or transactions and stuff. But it'll always pop up. It like goes to the things you kind of like associate with and like on Instagram. So a lot of the baseball stuff does come up. Who keeps me in the loop is Donna Glasnow. She's really good at like looking all that stuff. So I try not to like, I don't know. I just don't really like pay attention, but I somehow find out about most of them. But yeah, it's been a lot of movement. I think just because of this, like the negotiations and stuff, people are trying to get it done before like a potential lockout. So it's just like, it's kind of honestly too, it's kind of nice. It'd be nice if this was the case every offseason, like just like everyone's just trying to go so fast. It's kind of I don't know, just get it over with. So like all the other free agents can sign too, like get the big guys out of the way and then like give time and give room for the other guys. But I don't think that's going to happen.
For people that are watching on YouTube, they just saw Lucas disappear momentarily.
What
was that?
Are we live on YouTube?
Well, we're not live, but why? What happened?
One of my cats just jumped up and hit a button on my keyboard. I didn't know that button meant turning your video off. I thought you had to do that with your mouse.
Not your cat?
Yeah. Ooh.
Good one.
Which cat is that, by the way?
That's Juice. He's the older one.
And who's the other one?
Scallop. Scallop's like the tabby looking one. Juice is orange.
Do they come
cat names?
Like I've never had a cat. Can they, like, if I call my dog, if I'm like, hey Sydney, she'll pop up in my lap. Do cats do that?
So they the thing with cats, they're a lot more independent. So it's like if they feel like it, like they know their names, but I mean, they rarely will like come to you if you call their name, but they'll like turn around and look at you. That makes sense. Okay.
And how does Louis deal with the cats?
He likes the corn cob on Juice all the time, which is like when a dog like just kind of like goes like that. So he'll like go like that on Juice's face, and Juice will like it actually because it's like getting scratched. Sometimes they'll get into little fights, but it's never too violent. The main issue is the two cats fighting at like 3-4 in the morning.
Oh,
when we're trying to sleep.
Yeah, that's a big time pain in the ass. Does that happen? That happens in your room? Can't you send them somewhere?
I mean, sometimes we'll just like throw them out and close the door.
Yes.
Send them where? What do you mean, like boarding school, or just send them to another room?
Well, I don't know. Is there a cat cage or what? I don't know what you do with cats.
No, they like to be high up, so that we have a cat tower in the living room where they just kind of chill up top.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. I let Tyler answer this question. Do you pay attention to what's going on in free agency?
For the most part. I mean, I like to see the starting pitcher market go to the moon. That's always
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
And it currently is right now. So, I mean, that's it.
Especially the
That's-
Tommy John ones, which is tight.
By the way, anything new to report on that, Glass? Have they?
No,
No.
I'm like 4 months in, so I still got like a bunch of time. So we'll see. Just
You
like
got the
I'll start
surgery 4
throwing and
months
like,
ago.
yeah, I'm like what 16 weeks maybe today. I don't even know the dates, but I'm 16 weeks out. I'll start in like what week 22.
Okay. All right.
A little frozen.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, it's
Hey,
better.
let's
Oh,
let's
sorry.
talk
Yeah.
about Wander Franco.
What's the hold on real quick on the TJ thing? So
Yeah.
when I got it back in 2012, that was a long time ago. I came back. I was like pitching in games at like 10 months.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was back. I mean, it was pretty aggressive like program back then. I know that since then they've slowed it down like considerably.
Yeah.
Like when are you supposed to be pitching in games again?
There's a possibility at 13 months. It's September, but like it's I don't know. Standard now it's like 15 months almost. And I had the brace done, like the hybrid. They put that little like that the brace in with reconstruction. They put like the little tendon. They do like the whole wraparound. So at 13 months it'll be September. But the biggest thing too with like the adrenaline, like if I hadn't pitched in that long, and most like re-injuries occur within that first like 14 months area. So like unless I'm feeling like extremely good, I don't know if I'll even pitch next year. But I mean, only time will tell. But I think it's pretty standard to be around like 13 to like 16 months. And I think that going into an off season, having like a full time to come back and build up might be like just good for like the rest of the time, I guess, like just for the next year setting me up.
Yeah, it's probably better now than it was then. My first full season back, it hurt like a motherfucker the entire season. I threw 100 innings, 98 innings that season. And like, oh my God, there were some days where I was like, is this thing going to hold up? But it did. That's like the mental hurdle of the surgery.
You're scaring the shit out of him, Lucas. Don't do
He's
that.
not even, I know he's not even, he's not even blinking.
You scared him frozen. You scared him frozen. Look at him.
No,
my God. By the way, Glasnow's got the most amazing freeze in history. There are women that are going to print out this photo.
I wish I could look that good when
I mean,
Zoom freezes on me.
Right. And that's it. He's gone. Like he's out. You look, you better apologize when he comes back in this room.
No, he's fine. It's different now. They take so much longer. It's like a nice, easy, gradual process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it was like the Wild West back. I mean, can't imagine what Tommy John surgeries were like in like the 90s, 80s. I came back like 10, 11 months back to pitching in games. And I came back like my first game, I was throwing so hard. I felt amazing. And it was like, that was in Gulf Coast League. And then I went to short season and I threw maybe like 40 innings over the course of my first year back. And I pretty much felt great the whole time. I was like, oh, wow, this is a piece of cake. Then I had a full off season, working out, doing another throwing program, feeling good, spring training, go to low A. And they tell me you're going to be in low A all year, no matter what. We're trying to get you to right around 100 innings, and then we're going to call it. I'm like, all right, cool. And as the season went on, my arm would just feel worse and worse and worse. And it would just get really, really sore. I would have like pitches where I'd have a little scar tissue release and it would like feel, yo, chill. And I would throw these pitches where I'd have little releases, little pops, and I'd be like, yo, like, did it just go again? And I'd throw another one and it would be fine. I'd be like, okay. And I was 19. So I was like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone, all the trainers, all the doctors are like, no, you're good. Like, this is how it is. Okay. My issue was that I would pick at the scab too much. And that's what I always tell a young player that has to get surgery. Do not pick the scab. Like, don't push on it. Don't test it. Don't like do things to try and feel pain because you're like, oh, is it okay? Is it not okay? Like the more you mess with it, the more pain you're going to feel. So like, leave it alone. You have a brand new thing in there. It's setting in, like, you're going to be good. And now I'm, what is it? 2021, like almost 10 years old, this Tommy John.
Yeah. That's nuts.
I'm pretty
too.
solid.
Yeah, looking good too. I honestly too, I've had like enough experience with like injuries and whatnot, like not a bunch, but any professional athlete, I guess, does. And I used to be a huge like mess with the scar too. Just like, is it good? And then you'd feel it, like, oh, it's not good. And then 5 minutes later, you'd be like, maybe I'll do it again. And like you just keep doing it, like
I know,
picking at the scab.
Yeah,
I know. I'm better at it now though. I'm like, I'm going to accomplish nothing. Like even if I find out it feels good, like what's the trade-off? Like just I messed with it for no reason. Like it's so. Try to leave it alone.
I think that's part of the reason why I didn't feel very good some of those days.
I've heard multiple people say the exact same thing too. Like they would like jam it in their car seat and just like, I want to make it hurt. So I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid that.
Yeah, you avoid that, you're gonna be good. Especially with like, I mean, the medicine has progressed so much. Like these programs are just such a T. They make it a little bit longer so you have more time for everything to get better. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Hey, Glass, I know you're a little bit older than Lucas, but you're both from Southern California. Did you guys know of each other when you were younger?
I probably knew of Lucas more because I sucked when I was that young. I was just so gangly and like I was like Gumby, just like bones and skin and just like. And I remember going to the area code tryouts, and I got invited to go, and it was like just to get an invite. I was like, wow, I threw like 83 to 86, and Lucas threw the hardest probably in that area. I think he threw like 93 at that game, and we talked a little bit in the bullpen, not a long time, but I remember that team. I feel like was kind of picked before, because that's kind of how they have like their scouting stuff, and like the team was picked before the tryout anyway. But I mean, yeah, I don't even. How'd y'all do that year anyway? Like, how did the area codes go?
Yeah, I went to the area codes twice. So that was my first one. Because you graduated high school in 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 1 year ahead of me. So I went, the only thing I remember from that area code tryout is that was the first time I met Max, I think. And I hit, who's like, I'm the worst with names. Who's the most famous, best NHL player of all time?
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky?
I hit Wayne Gretzky's son in the back with like 94 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I had when I was that young, I had no idea where the ball was going. I was the same. I was
like,
I was super gangly guy too. So it was like, I could throw hard. I don't know how I threw hard when I look at my mechanics back then, because it was a complete mess. But it's like I threw really hard and that was it. And I would like snap off like a hard curveball, like what you throw now. That's what I used to throw.
I do remember. Yeah, you had like that huge 12-6, like, and you used to be like kind of long, like kind of the same mechanics too. You were very like limbed out. Yeah.
And so that's what I remember. I hit Wayne Gretzky's son in the back.
Okay. Did you know at the time that was Wayne Gretzky's kid, or did somebody tell you afterward, hey, you just hit the greatest hockey player ever, his son, square in the back?
I was told after. Yeah.
Damn, you're lucky that like his enforcer, Marty McSorley, didn't come down and kick your ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know. Or that's kind of cool that you hit Wayne Gretzky's kid.
Yeah. And then it was the following area codes, the actual area code games, where I got this label of being like soft because I'm from Southern California. And so it was like, I remember everyone's, Giolito's soft. He goes to private school, da, 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 da. So I just hit a kid on purpose, like for no reason.
I feel like that was big
like Michael
back
Jordan's
then.
kid.
Like, yeah, exactly right. That was like a big thing. I feel like even like that died as we got older, but like I remember in the minor leagues, that was like, maybe it was just like the Pirates thing too, but it was always like, if you like hit someone, and I was always just like, I can't throw strikes. Like, why would I put a guy on first? And then now I'm just to hit someone, like, I don't understand that. But
yeah,
that definitely the game has gotten away from that for sure.
Yeah, so deathly afraid of hitting a guy in the head. I was like aiming at his ankles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like just kind of try to send a message.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that you have pitched in the same game in the majors?
When was it? When I was in Pittsburgh? Oh no,
yes,
against
it
each
was.
Other?
Yes, you. It was in Pitt. The game was in Chicago, but it was an interleague game.
When I was,
and here we go. Here's Giolito, and we're intermixed.
Oh, there's my two-seamer. Yep.
Where are you seeing
Glass,
this?
you are
Oh, here we go.
hilarious because there's no way that's you. I
I
mean,
know.
you don't even look like the same human being.
I know. I just got the short hair. I was a lot more scared then too. It was a very big deal to pitch all the time.
Yeah.
I remember that game though. Good memories. Look at us.
Was that 2000 when? 2018?
Yeah.
That was 18? Oh, yeah, I guess I was in the pen then. Yeah.
Yep. Glass now, 2 1/3, 1 hit allowed, 3 Ks, no walks.
What?
Wow.
That's
Wow.
unheard of back then. No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had a stat line like that. Good for me.
Lucas, you want your line?
No, it was 2018, so I already know.
Exactly. Like you said, yeah.
Go check out the commercial. You'll figure it out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there
Fine.
you go.
Ho, ho, ho. It is the holiday season, but when that someone special in your life wants to unwrap their gift and it doesn't quite deliver, that can be a bummer. That's where our friends at GetRoman.com can help out. In fact, you get to hop on with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and talk about erectile dysfunction. Now, you might sit there and say, I'm a little bit uneasy. I feel like I'm the only one that has to deal with that. It's not true. Did you know that 52% of men ages 40 to 70 are dealing with some form of ED? So you're not alone. But I understand you don't want to stand in a doctor's office or go to the pharmacy and get help. And they say, all right, who's next in line? You don't want to be that person. So do it from the comforts of your own home. You'll hop on the phone once again with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional, and they'll figure out a treatment plan. If you need medication, no problem. They'll send it to your house. It's discreet. Nobody has to know, but you're going to take care of it so that you can then take care of business. So once again, it's GetRoman.com/JOMBOY. You're going to get $15 off your first month of treatment. It is that simple. Don't stand on the sidelines. Get yourself back in the game. Let's go. Treat yourself this holiday season. So I didn't give you a chance, Tyler, to tell us a little bit about Wander Franco on the oh shit meter when you heard that his extension is minimum 185 mil and could get up to 223. What was your reaction?
Could have gotten more. Just as I've seen him pitch, and I've seen him play. And just like I remember, I've talked to Eric too now. I'm like, this is like the best baseball player I've ever seen. Like per age, like compared to skill and what he did in the playoffs. Like no moment's too big for him. Like he was amazing in the regular season, but when I saw him in the postseason, I was like, this kid is the most real, like raw. He's so good at baseball. He was like made to play baseball.
Yeah,
Clearly, I'm partly joking about like making more. He could have, but it's an amazing deal. I think too. It kind of gives him less stress. He can just go out, play, have fun. And it's nice to know you're going to be somewhere for a while too. Like it doesn't guarantee him the 12 years that he's going to be there, but like to know he'll probably like buy a house now and just like kind of settle his feet. So I'm happy for him.
Lucas, you wanted to hop in there.
Yeah, he's like one of those guys that doesn't come along very often, that has no fear at all. And just like shows up to the big leagues like, yep, this is where I belong at like whatever age, super young, right? 20 years old. He made his debut. Yeah. That's like a Juan Soto type, you know? And so
good in the clubhouse too. Carries himself really well. Like when I was 20, I could barely tie my shoes. I was always just so scared to walk around and like make someone mad. And he's just like so good at navigating all of that. And like, I think there's a lot of it too. Like he's not a dick in any way, but he's just kind of like, he knows he's good. And he's like, I don't care if I like offend anyone. And he's too nice to anyway. So, but he's got along with everyone. He's done really well.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense the Rays would offer him a contract like that then.
Yeah.
Cool. Real quickly on award season, I think we all expected Shohei Ohtani to walk away with the MVP, which he did. Lucas, do you think decades from now you'll tell your kids and grandkids like, I competed against that guy?
I've given up a big tank against him, maybe 2.
Me too. Yes, Lucas. Yeah.
Dead center, Angel Stadium. I remember.
So do you think that's where we're headed with this guy?
I mean, for me, it's like he won the MVP this year, obviously, like well-deserved, unanimous. I only think he's going to get better.
Yeah.
Like he's going to settle in. He's going to be able to throw more innings. And he's going to continue to have like a similar pitching stat line because his stuff is ridiculously good.
Yeah.
I think he'll get better at like limiting walks too. I think that's one of the only things that really hurts him. And then hitting wise, like he's going to keep hitting like 40 home runs. So I just see him winning a bunch of MVP awards because he can do it on both sides.
Yeah, how many more years until like it's taken for granted? Like after a certain while, like like Mike Trout does, like has all these seasons, and like you kind of just expect it now. Like especially for Shohei, like when does that like voting hangover happen? Like when is it like? Because how does anyone else win MVP now? Like he could literally go out and throw 20 starts, have a 4 ERA, just have like a normal, and then go out and have like hit 270 with 30, which is like I'm like how does pure value, like nobody comes close to that. Like how do you, like if you're Vlad Jr., like what, you just like I'm never going to win an MVP. And, like, those offensive
he has to hit
stats
400
or maybe 500. Like
that's what I'm
like
saying.
he can't pitch. It's crazy. I just don't understand. I wonder if there's going to be more players that come along like Shohei. I just don't see it happening. There'll be more of like teams that are on the hunt for it. I'm sure guys will give people a chance now that it's been shown it could be done. But who can like do what he does? No
The
one.
Rays, you have a two-way guy on your team, right? In your org?
McKay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cronenworth with San Diego is a really good pitcher in AAA. And he was like 95, 96, like really good stuff. Kind of an invisible fastball too. I think he's like really efficient, spins it well. But they haven't really tried to do that with him. But I hope someone else starts doing it.
I think Shohei is more appreciated in clubhouses and opposing dugouts than he is by the general public, because I think we look at it and it's almost like, well, he was like some sort of video game creation. And we're like, oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. I think you guys, Lucas, am I off base here, or do you think I'm onto something?
I think you kind of are. It's also like the LA Angels thing too. I think if I think they're putting some pieces together to be more competitive. If you see them in the playoffs, then that's when
it'll take off.
It'll start to take off even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has that kind of stone coldness about him too, to where like I don't think the playoffs would really like affect him in any way as well. Like any type of big like emotional situation, he's always just like, I'm Shohei, I'm happy. He just doesn't seem like he gets phased. It's cool.
Let's talk about the other MVP, a guy that you played with for a short time, Bryce Harper. I equated it when he won to the likes of Tiger Woods and LeBron James, which means that he has been in the public eye basically since he was a teenager, like 15 or 16, and he has lived up to it and then some. And there's certain haters that'll say, well, shit, he didn't win anything, and look what happened. The year he left Washington, they won it all. When you first met Bryce Harper, what were your thoughts, Lucas?
Well, going back to what Tyler was saying about being young and making it to the big leagues, it was like, for me, it was being terrified. There were, I was getting a hard time from certain guys because I came up and I was expected to like fill a role, and I was like the big prospect, and I was not nearly ready to pitch at the big league level. And so I didn't do well. And if you come up as a rookie and you don't do well, it's tough. So I'd say like, clubhouse culture has kind of progressed since then, even though that was a short time ago. But I didn't like converse with him much, especially since he's a position player and I'm a pitcher, and you always have like that kind of little separation. And I was a rookie. I was 21. So I mean, for me, as far as like viewing him as a player, just again, like so solid, so consistent, works his ass off. I mean, sorry, they're fighting. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to say like, oh, you're saying before about he's on the Nationals and he leaves the next year, they win the World Series, and people are like, oh, what's that? Like, I don't see that as a thing. That's the Nats, like when they won the World Series in 19, like they got so hot at the perfect time and they rode that wave. Strasburg pitched his ass off. So yeah, I mean, I think I didn't follow like the NL at all. So I had no idea who was like even up there for winning the MVP in the National League. And then I saw Bryce Harper won, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Very,
Kind of caught me
very
by surprise
interesting
too. Yeah. to all
Yeah,
the advanced stats. And like, I wonder too, like how they evaluate people. Like if you were to take, who would have won it if this was 2010? Probably like Soto, or I don't know. He had a pretty good bulk
Tatis.
stats, but his like advanced stuff was crazy. Like he had an unbelievable year.
Yeah, the problem is that there wasn't a guy on a contending team this year. I think
Mhm.
in 2010, people would have voted much more along the contender lines.
Mhm.
Like neither, no, we had no playoff representation among the 6 finalists, 3 in each league.
Yeah. Is that
And
really taken into consideration? Because what about remember the time when Verlander won the Cy Young, Garrett had like the most unbelievable playoff, but he struck out 15 a game, like every game, I feel like. And then he had like a very similar stat line to Verlander in the season. And then Verlander didn't pitch as well as Garrett in the postseason. And it almost seemed like the clear, obvious choice is Garrett, but Verlander won the award. I want, like, how much
well,
does
let's
that
start with
actually
this. Playoffs don't matter. The voting is taken right after the
just
regular
more,
season.
yeah, more of a
Yeah.
contending team, you mean, just in
Yeah,
general?
but I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the Blue Jays had 2 of the 3 finalists in
Mhm.
Vlad Jr. and Simeon,
Mhm.
and they missed out on the playoffs by 1 game. So
Yeah,
I call them
I
a contender.
remember.
They
It was
just,
tight.
they just didn't make it. And
Yeah,
hey, you faced Harper though, haven't you, Tyler?
I have. I think if I don't know if we can get like an info check on this, but I think I've done pretty well against him, even in Pittsburgh. Like I remember striking him out once on 98 up and away when I could, like, I knew it was in me, but I was always throwing like 93, 95 in the big leagues for some reason because I was just like not comfortable. But I remember like I for some reason I would like turn it on against him, and I remember like one at bat where I struck him out 98 up and away. I think I've done relatively well against him. It
But
was weird.
when you're facing a guy like that, is it different because of who he is?
It was weird. Like I think in the position I was in Pittsburgh, I almost felt like I was like, it was like it was this mentality of like, if this guy does get a hit off me, like he's supposed to. Like I'm not doing very well, and he's Bryce Harper, and then if I strike him out or something, it's like, oh wow, that's good. So I think like the pressure level on that was a bit different, but I would say the feeling of like having someone come up and being intimidated by their name for me kind of, it went away relatively quick. Like I never really grew up nerding out over like guys too. I never really like had my favorite players and like really loved certain guys to where like I think it took about a year and then I just never really cared who I was pitching against. It was more about like how to execute pitches and how to get them out as far as scouting reports go. But I don't know if I would change up what I was doing necessarily just because it was like a big name guy.
Hey, everybody, you know how much I love dugout mugs. I think they are so cool. They got the engraving. They make for a great holiday gift, and you better order yours right now because time's running out. And guess what? They got something cool. The metal dugout mug. That's right. Shaped like a baseball bat. You can put your hot drinks, your cold drinks, whatever sort of drink right inside here. Then you do the old bottoms up thing. You're going to be happy. That someone special in your life is going to be happy if you get them as a gift. And right now, we're trying to save you money on top of everything else. So you go to dugoutmugs.com. Code word there is JOMBOY. You're going to get 35% off these things at dugoutmugs.com. Do it before they sell out. I'm trying to help you. I'm doing your holiday shopping. I want to save you some money. It is that simple. So you are a fan of the Rose rotation. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of you saving money. I'm a fan of you bringing joy and happiness to those people in your life. Go to dugoutmugs.com. Use the code word JOMBOY. Save 35%. Get yourself a metal dugout mug. Cheers to you in your decision making. Lucas was good enough to join us during the World Series, and you went down to Houston for Game 6 to go watch your buddy Max Fried. Did you get to hang out with him afterward? And if so, share a little bit about that journey with us.
Yeah, it was awesome. I went out there with Jack, and I mean, it couldn't have been a better trip. You know, I go out there, it was Game 6, and so I was only going to be out there for one day. I was hoping they would win it then. Otherwise, it would have been kind of like, ugh. And sure enough, Max, for me, we're sitting up there, and the first inning's kind of going haywire defensively. That one ground ball, he gets his foot stepped on or his ankle stepped on.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh shit, they're going to take him. He's going to have to come out of the game. Like that looks nasty. Like he's going to throw a couple pitches and it's not going to be good. and I was getting really worried. But it's like the next at bat, I mean, I was sitting so far away. We were in like this suite all the way in left field. So I was like eyes on the TV. Like I'd watch pitch and then go right to the TV, watch pitch, go right to the TV. And I saw his velocity start to tick up. I'm like, oh, he got angry. And he doesn't get angry very often when he's pitching. He's very like, for the most part, like methodical. He's like one of the best I've ever met and known in baseball when it comes to like going on true media and like learning the scouting reports and like understanding like how to sequence guys. But I could tell that he just got pissed off because that first inning was like not going well, despite the fact that he was making good pitches. And so as soon as it's like that happens, I see the velocity tick up. And then to end the inning, he strikes out Gurriel on 3 heaters, like 96, 97, 98.4, which is like his hardest ever pitch he's thrown for a strike in the big leagues. I was like, oh, game's over.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like chilling after that. Especially after the Braves started just piling on runs. So it was a really, really cool experience. Very motivating, considering like I was there a few weeks prior and we got our shit pushed in. So to go back and watch a team like accomplish the final goal on the road, it was really, really awesome. And then yeah, after we went back to their team hotel and hung out with his family a little bit and got to see Max for a little bit. Now that was pretty much it. Got out of there, let them do their thing.
What'd you tell him?
Oh man, that I essentially like, dude, you're like a living legend now. You know, you just started, you threw 6 shutout innings. I thought he was going to throw a complete game. He was on like pretty much 100 pitch complete game pace. But I guess like he did start to feel a little sore and stuff. So they went with their insane back end of their bullpen instead. And that's understandable.
Did you watch the end of that thing, Tyler? And if so, like what are your emotions as an active player? Does it drive you? Does it get you going? Do you have no feeling?
I didn't like sit and watch the game. I remember, where was I at? I was like watching, I was somewhere just kind of like checking in. I wasn't like watching pitch by pitch, but I always tend to side with the pitcher no matter what. Like, because I know what it feels like to go, especially in the postseason game, and not to pitch well. And like, and like, I'm sure Lucas, you obviously, what it feels like to pitch really well, and you know what it feels like to not pitch well, and have to like sit with it and kind of think about it through the week. So like, anytime I see a pitcher like really struggling, no matter what, even if I like don't like the person, something in me is always like, oh, this sucks. Like I have so much empathy for like a player who's not doing well. So I know he struggled. What was it? Game 1? He struggled a bit.
Game 2. Yeah.
Game 2. And then he came back out and I saw the final line and was just like, yeah, I don't know him. Like he's from my area. I'd never really talked to him, but I remember just feeling like joy for him. Like I almost felt like the feeling of, it's not like you're excited that you pitched well. It's like you're relieved that you don't need to like, it's like you did it. You did your job. That's game 6. Like you just pitched 6 innings. Like you contributed so much to your team. You can breathe and you can enjoy the rest of what's about to happen. And like, I just felt like almost like euphoric for him. Like you just went out and pitched 6 shutout innings, 6 strikeouts in a postseason game. Like that's what every pitcher's dream is in the World Series too, to like win a World Series for your team. Like he's accomplished something that very, very, very few people will ever accomplish. So like, it's something like he'll, on his deathbed, he'll certainly think of that for sure.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like it still hasn't sunken in for him. I talk to him like damn near every day. And it's like, even like post parade, post being home, like he's, he took some time off. He started working out and I'm like, yo, like you won the World Series. Like you did the last game. He's like, yeah, I'm tired, man. I can't believe like the season's right around the corner. I'm like, all right, cool.
I guess it's one of those things too. Like when you look back at like your experiences and like, this is a weird analogy, but like middle school or elementary school or high school, like the things that brought you, like you look back with like very fond memories. Like it takes a lot of years before you could like really like that memory becomes solidified. Like, and I think it's going to take him a while, and he's going to be like sitting there one day and just be like, whoa, like you can always probably recall that memory and just be like, that's insane. He's going to be that old grandpa at Thanksgiving dinner, just like, like he'll have like YouTube to show his kids now. Like, what a time to be alive. Like, it'll be awesome.
It'll be something different by then.
One more thing
Yeah.
about it too. So his pitch is this big curveball,
Yeah.
and game 2 where it didn't go so well. It was unlucky. He was getting weak contact after weak
Right.
contact. It just didn't.
Yeah.
They just found holes. He used a lot of his curveball. And like towards the end of his outing, he actually was like really solid, like the last 2 to 3 innings. And he started throwing more changeups, which he like never ever throws. And I've been telling him for years, like, your changeups are really good. You need to throw it. You're gonna get, like, you want your strikeout numbers to go up, start throwing your changeup more. You're gonna get a lot more punch outs. And so then fast forward to game 6, and I didn't talk to him at all leading up to it. I was like, I'm not going to be in your year. You got enough shit going on. And he comes out and he threw like so many changeups to Tucker, the lefty. They're really,
Yes.
really good hitter, lefty Kyle
Nasty
Tucker.
ones too.
Yeah, he went like, he got like first pitch strike or whatever, maybe threw a ball, and then he went like back foot. So it's like back foot changeup, swing miss. I've never seen him throw that sequence ever. Like left on left changeups. I was like, it made me very proud because
what a perfect time to do
I'm
it too. Because
guy.
It was like the fillet front hand swings too. I remember like they were gross changeups too. They almost looked like curveballs depending on like the camera angle.
Yes.
And I remember looking at it too. Like I haven't seen him pitch a bunch, but I've seen enough to like know his repertoire. And I was just like, changeups? And I remember going and be like, wow, like why have you not thrown that thing? Like,
it's game
disgusting.
6. I was like super impressed because it's game 6 of the World Series, and he comes out and he ended up throwing more changeups than curveballs.
Yeah, that's impressive. Perfect time to do it too. Just like anti-game plan, and like the Astros prepared. Like they sell out like a lot of like they know the game plan. Like they're so good at scouting reports. Like what a perfect time to do it. And then to change up what you're comfortable with, to get away from your strengths or what you're used to in a game like that. He has pretty large balls. That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, watching game 2, I could tell immediately the Astro, like he likes to throw his fastball cuts a little bit. So he likes to throw his four-seam fastball in on righties, and that sets up his slider going back foot.
Yeah.
And kind of like a Kershaw almost. And he was doing that, and they were just like getting these little jam knocks, and it's because like they're ready. They're like, okay, we're just protecting the inside third, and even more than that. Like that's all we're looking for. And they were able to just like squeak balls out. And then the next game, he's like throwing fastballs away, change up off of that, like completely changing the game plan. They were not ready for it at all.
Is that something
really impressive?
Do you think that's something that he did alone, or was that something that like a coach also brought up to him? But I know you mentioned the true media and him doing it. Like he's very independent in like what he does, but do you think it was like a joint effort, or was he like, I need to change this up? Like I need to, like why such a drastic change?
I want to say it was very much him and his program, what he likes to do. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And with his catcher, Darno.
Yeah. Who's the man? He was with us for a while. He's awesome too. Yeah.
Good stuff, dude. I like that. By the way, Glass, you'll be happy to know Bryce Harper, 1 for 6, 3 Ks against the tall guy.
Tight. Look at that.
Nice.
Sweet. I had like a 7 ERA that year, and I think he's like the only guy to do well against.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
6,
now look at us.
3 Ks.
There it is.
All that matters.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more question. We're going to spin the wheel of moderately interesting things and let you guys enjoy or not enjoy Thanksgiving meal because you all both hate it for whatever reason. Lucas, people want to know, since you called in to the World Series viewing party and you were like, yeah, I'm playing NHL video game with Davy Jones. How did Davy Jones's season go?
Oh, I stopped playing it like days later.
What?
Sports games get really boring to me after, like, it's always like I buy the game and I'm like obsessed with it. I'm playing online. I'm doing like the create a player or whatever, and I'm doing it. And I'm like, all right. That was it. Over it.
Davy Jones doesn't exist anymore?
No, he exists. He's just on my PlayStation 5. But I got through, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 games of the NHL regular season, and he was just scoring. It was ridiculous. I don't play on that hard of a difficulty. So it was like just putting up like 6 points a game, whether it be like assists, goals. I mean, I would just skate through everybody and shoot a little wrist shot and it goes in.
So what's your gut tell you, that you're done with that season? And is Davy Jones on ice, or are you going to finish this thing?
Ooh.
Wow. It's going to be probably in baseball season. I mostly play video games on my computer, and I can't bring that on the road. So I have my PS5 that I do bring on the road. And so that's probably when I'll continue it. So you'll have to wait until next year of Rose rotation to ask me how that's going.
Stay tuned.
Right now, I'm just playing like Halo and all the first person shooters that are coming out.
Nice. This is for both of you. We did a little JOMBOY Media gift shop giveaway, and we were doing a $30 gift certificate to whomever could guess closest for a task that a bunch of us were doing. Jake did one, Jimmy, all of us. Mine was, how fast could I do 30 push-ups? Now, if I had to, I could stop for a little bit, take a knee, whatever. I am 50 years old. Tyler, how fast do you think I could do 30 push-ups?
Let me think. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Lucas?
The push-up should take
push
2 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you do them all consecutively, it would take 1 minute.
I am 50 years old.
Yeah, but you look like you have good upper body strength.
I'm sorry.
Not bad.
What'd you say?
I'd say 30. I'll go with like 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's got me there.
Seconds. Robbie, roll it.
They're going to be quick. I already feel it.
Yeah, the way
1,
you just like introduce that.
2, 3, 4. No, wait. Oh, these are seconds. I thought that was minutes already. Yeah, I guess it's more about 1 second.
Wait, you're at 15 in like 15 seconds? Oh, man.
Yeah,
just
you got
saying.
it.
The old guy pulled the rope-a-dope on you, folks.
What about like Jake and Jumbo? What did they get it in?
Well, they didn't have to do push-ups. Their task was
something different.
Something easier. The only problem was
really
I miscounted you the first time.
Oh, there you go.
By the way,
you did 29.
Sweet Palo I've got working there with my hair.
Oh yeah.
It would have been well under 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you needed a little break before 30, but wow,
Yeah,
I'm very impressed. I couldn't do that. No shot.
Yeah. So there you go. You got one strong co-host with you.
There you go. Nice.
I can't do shit else. That's it. Like I max out at push-ups. And I think of new topics for the Wheel of Moderately Interesting Things. Brand new. You guys get fresh 5 topics. I have not brought these on anyone. So the categories are Toy Story, Stevie's Wondering, Wild Ride, Watch Out, and Ring Chaser. I almost want to stop it on Ring Chaser because the question's so good.
It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Ring Chaser.
All right.
Amazing. You guys are all about the ring. You guys always tell me how badly you want to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you do anything for a World Series ring.
Mm-hmm.
Glass, you're 6'7", right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lucas, you're 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
If I could guarantee you a World Series ring, would you walk around life, the rest of your life, 5'6"?
No.
What?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'd cut it off at a World Series ring, honestly. All right, so I'm losing like 13 inches, but a World Series ring would, it's a tough question. I immediately said no, but I need to, 5'6" is just like, no offense to any of those people who are 5'6", but
it would be like weird to get used to. First of all, I wouldn't be able to pitch ever again.
You might have like maybe you'd feel better though. Like when you're older, you're 70, your back would feel better.
would I get the World Series ring? Would I like have to transition to an analytics role?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I can't.
exactly.
How the hell am I going to pitch at 5'6"?
You don't
bro?
lose your superpowers on the mound. You are still
same
exactly somehow you are the first 5'6" 96 mile an hour throwing short arm guy.
Like 7 feet of extension's gone. That's not possible anymore.
Will you play along?
Yeah, in this hypothetical world, it is. You got to think about too life after baseball. Like a World Series ring is like something.
I like going to concerts and like a live show. It's done.
Yeah,
I'm not going to see anything anymore. That's one of my favorite parts of being tall is like you can go in like the pit and you get like a bunch of space behind you because no one wants to be right behind you.
That's true. Very true.
So
my answer is no. My answer is
Lucas?
No, I'd rather do it the hard way than give up that much height.
Yeah, I feel like I'm confident to know like if I go like I'm on a good team right now, and if everyone plays one pitch ball, I'll just win one anyway. So no, I'll keep my height and I'll just do it the normal way.
Well, here's the great thing about this show. Our producer extraordinaire, Robbie Scirocco, is an expert in this area. Robbie, why don't you join us very quickly?
Hey, guys.
Hey, bud.
What's up, Robbie?
Well, I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6".
Oh, no.
So, I mean, I can't throw 98, but I am 5'6". And let me tell you, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, you seem really happy. You seem like a always
pretty
in good
chipper
spirits.
guy. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
facial hair too.
I never,
if you throw in the facial hair, maybe I'll consider it.
Okay.
I was never, ever trying to hate on all the short kings out there.
That's right. Short.
No shot.
Right here.
Not
Robbie,
that was
quickly,
never
what
the
are the
intention.
benefits of being 5'6"?
Well, apparently you live longer if you're shorter.
There you
That's
go.
Something that I read, I think, I don't know, when I was like 10,
When you were also 5'6".
Yeah.
You can get any clothes, like any pair of shoes or any like jeans or shirts or anything that you want.
Clothing.
I haven't been able to do that forever.
I have short legs though, so I have to get under that 30-30, which a lot of places don't have.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But that baggy look sometimes is kind of cool, Like you can get that 30, 32, 30, 30 and kind of like you can rock it a little bit. Get them flared out bottoms. Who knows?
That's true, yeah, bring it back a little bit. Yeah, no, I usually just cuff it. I look like an idiot, but it's all good. It happens.
For me, how tall's your wife?
She's 5'3", 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah, so you're a giant.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Lucas, how tall's your wife?
5'10".
Is she really?
Hey.
By the way,
they're going at it. They're really upset with each other.
He's talking to the cats, everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't say
his wife is
5'10" and
Rob's
he's yelling
wife
at
are
her.
fighting
It's not
behind you.
happening here. We don't do that. All right, Robbie, thank you for being our 5'6" expert.
Yeah, of course.
We always appreciate it. And with that, he's gone. So
the clothing
guys
thing,
just don't want to win very much.
I didn't consider the clothing thing because for me, like I don't go to like a mall and shop for clothes. That's not even not a possibility.
No. What size shoe are you?
14.
Glass?
16.
Oh my God.
It's tough. Do you shop on bigshoes.com as well, Gio?
No,
You don't?
I'm so 14 is the cutoff for like regular shoes.
You're
so
lucky.
I'm able to get stuff through Nike. I like my like Air Jordans and all that. So
yeah. Have you ever
I'm
forgot
right there.
on a minor league road trip or anything? You ever forgot your cleats or your shoes or anything? Because you have to pack your own bag.
Yes. That's weird. I was oddly always pretty good about packing my bag. The one thing I forget all the time is the belt, but belts are like relatively easy because even if there isn't like a leather belt that's the right size, you can use the elastic one.
That's the problem with the shoes though. Like in the minor leagues, I'd just space out. I would forget my shoes or my cleats, and I'd look in my bag and be like, "Oh my God!" Like I can't go to a store and buy a pair of shoes. Like I can't. I've squeezed into like 14s before, or like running like just turfs, especially too like in the minor leagues. Like they just get mad at you for everything. So I just was like, oh my God, my life is over. Like I just remember freaking out. because I can't go anywhere and get them. It was bad. But
when did your foot settle at size 16?
it's funny, when I was like 12, I had a size 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, and then 16 stopped. And then I was good to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Our oldest son is a size 15 shoe.
Holy
wow.
Really? How tall is he? He looks like tall too. It looks like he's gonna like be a very like
He's 6'4.5", the older one. He just
Is
turned
he done
21.
growing?
He's done growing. I think
Okay.
the younger one's done growing too, because he's got like the patchy, he calls it the Mookie Betts facial hair. He's got
There you
some
go.
here, some there.
nice.
He's done it. He's 6'1", 190, I think. So now we just got to get him on a strength training program. That's your guys' job. So he starts throwing, 86 by next year. Let's go, guys. Let's pick it up.
There it is.
That's it.
Mobility.
And with that, we're done for another edition of the Rose Rotation. Gentlemen, have a happy Thanksgiving, whether you like the meal or not. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you. You too.
And I always greatly appreciate the time. Lucas, go get that rotisserie bird for your amazing wife when she comes home from work on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out what I'll be making. Mashed potatoes and all that stuff.
Gotta go candied yams.
Was that where you put the marshmallows on top?
Yes, I'm on board.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay, good. Glass, maybe we'll see you this weekend. Maybe we'll see you at another trip somewhere out here.
Yeah, I'll be back. You'll see me at some point. We're gonna do it.
Love it. And thanks very much to you for listening as well here on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media.